What would you do if you had to choose between your own happiness and your mother's survival? This is the heartbreaking decision that forever changed a young Inuit woman's life, and her choice will move you to tears. 23-year-old Ilara, living in the village of Sivuluk, north of the Arctic Circle, was the pride of her entire community. With her long black hair flowing in the wind and her bright brown eyes that captivated everyone, Ilara was truly special. But what made her exceptional was her extraordinary talent in traditional Inuit craftsmanship. From hand-woven rugs to boots made from seal skin, every piece she created was a work of art. Ilara's biggest dream was to travel to the big city and introduce her art to the world. Instead of accepting purchase offers from small villages, she dreamed of opening exhibitions in international art galleries. This dream burned within her every night with a fire that kept her awake. Her mother, Amara, was 50 years old and one of the wisest women in the village. In her youth, Amara had been the best fisherman, but now she was beginning to experience some health issues related to her age. In recent months, a strange blurriness had started in her eyes, but she was determined not to tell anyone about it. That evening, as Ilara was completing her latest order in her workshop, her mother appeared at the house door. "My daughter, tomorrow we have a meeting with the village elders. Come along, they want to hear your thoughts." Ilara looked up. "Mom, you know my mind is always on my art. Village meetings don't really interest me." Amara smiled, but there was worry in her eyes. "Ilara, don't forget that this village raised you. You owe them something too." These words created an uneasiness in Ilara. Yes, she loved her village, but at the same time she felt trapped here. The next morning, Ilara got up early. She found her mother in the kitchen preparing breakfast. However, the scene she witnessed surprised her. Amara was looking at her hands as she placed the coffee cup on the table, as if she couldn't figure out where to put it. "Mom, are you okay?" Amara quickly pulled herself together. "Of course, my daughter, I was just a little distracted." But Ilara had noticed something odd about her mother's movements. There was hesitation in her gaze, especially when looking at distant objects. She continued observing this behavior throughout the day. At dinner, Amara placed the plate slightly in the wrong spot while serving food. When turning off the lamp at night, she had trouble finding the switch. "Mom, you need to see a doctor." "Ilara, you're overreacting. I'm just getting old." But the worry inside Ilara was growing. That blurriness in her mother's eyes wasn't just a matter of age. A week later, the village's elderly doctor, Nuka, examined Amara. The result was what both of them feared. Amara's vision was progressively declining. This condition was a genetic disease, and unfortunately, there was no cure. "How much time do we have?" Ilara asked. "Between 6 months and 2 years. I can't give you an exact date, but the process is accelerating." That night, Ilara couldn't sleep. The thought of her mother slowly being consumed by darkness was unbearable. 2 weeks later, Ilara received the most important opportunity of her life. She received a letter from the prestigious Nordic Art Gallery in Reykjavik. They wanted to exhibit her art, and this could be the beginning of her international career. "This is incredible, Mom. My dream is finally coming true." Amara smiled forcedly. "Wonderful, my daughter. When are you leaving?" "In 3 weeks. But, Mom, what's going to happen to you?" "I'm fine. Don't worry. Go and fulfill your dreams." However, Ilara could see that her mother was getting worse day by day. She now had to hold onto the wall when going to the bathroom at night. While cooking, she constantly felt around with her hands. Worst of all, she was trying to hide it. One day, when Ilara came home, she found her mother on the kitchen floor. Amara had fallen, but didn't want to admit it. "I just tripped, that's all." "Mom, enough. You need help." "Elara, you go open that exhibition. I can take care of myself." "How are you going to take care of yourself?" "You can't see." These words created a heavy silence. Amara's eyes filled with tears. "Yes, I can't see, but I don't want you to sacrifice your dreams for my blindness." Elara thought for hours that night. When she spoke with the gallery director, they said they could postpone the exhibition, but couldn't offer another opportunity. This was a once-in-a-lifetime chance. The next morning, Elara had made her decision. She called the gallery director and told them she was withdrawing from the exhibition. "I'm sorry, for family reasons. I can't leave my village right now." When she hung up the phone, her heart felt like it was breaking into pieces. But her mother needed her. When Amara learned of her daughter's decision, she was very angry. "This is foolish. You can't give up your dreams for me." "Mom, you gave up your life for me. Now it's my turn." "That's different, Elara. I brought you into this world. That was my responsibility. And now you're getting old. This is my responsibility." They had arguments that lasted for days. Amara said she was angry with her daughter, but Elara was determined in her decision. The villagers had also learned about the situation. Some supported Elara's decision, while others opposed her making such a sacrifice at such a young age. The elderly shaman, Taktu, came to Elara. "My child, your mother's love for you is as strong as your love for her. She doesn't want you to be sad." "But I can't leave her alone." "You never left her alone. Your heart will always be with her, wherever you are." After weeks of inner conflict, Elara found a different solution. She decided to take her mother to the city. By living in Reykjavik, she could both take care of her mother and continue her art career. "Mom, will you come with me?" Amara initially objected. "I was born in this village. I will die here." "But Mom, there are doctors in the city who can take better care of you. Maybe they can slow down your condition." This idea confused Amara's mind. Leaving her village was hard, but she had to find a way not to be a burden to her daughter. After thinking for days, Amara agreed. "Okay, my daughter, but on one condition. You will continue doing your art." Elara hugged her mother tightly. "Thank you, Mom. We'll build a new life together." Leaving the village wasn't easy. All of Elara's childhood and memories were here. But being with her mother was more important than anything. After moving to Reykjavik, Elara rented a small apartment. She prepared a special room for her mother and equipped the house with safety measures. The first days were difficult. Amara couldn't get used to the noise of the city. She missed the silence of her village. Elara was both taking care of her mother and looking for work in local galleries. 3 months later, she started working at an art center. She was teaching and at the same time continuing to produce her own works. Although Amara's condition was slowly getting worse, she was happy to be with her daughter. Elara would read books to her, tell stories from their village, and they would listen to music together. "Elara, you are my greatest achievement. You are my greatest inspiration, Mom." One day, Elara's works were featured in a local newspaper. When friends from their village sent this news, both of them cried. "Did you see, Mom? If you hadn't come here, this wouldn't have happened either." Amara smiled proudly. "We're stronger together." 2 years later, Elara had become a recognized artist. Her works were being exhibited not only in Iceland but in various countries across Europe. But most importantly, she could take care of her mother. Amara could barely see anymore, but she was happy. She could feel her daughter's success and hear the proud tone in her voice. "Elara, I know it seemed like a sacrifice at first, but you really didn't give up anything. You just found a different way." "Yes, Mom. You taught me the most important lesson. Love is not sacrifice, it's creativity." When friends from their village came to visit, They could see how happy both of them were. Elara had become both an artist and was able to take the best care of her mother. During his visit, the elderly shaman Taktu had said, "True love is mutual. While you made sacrifices for your mother, she also agreed to come to the city for you. You both fought for each other." This story shows us that sometimes the most difficult decisions in life produce the most beautiful results. The sacrifices we make for our loved ones are actually our journey to finding ourselves. The power of love makes the impossible possible. Elara and Amara's story proves how strong family bonds are, and that true love always finds a way. Dear viewers, if you were moved by this story, please don't forget to hit the like button. In the comments, you can share your similar experiences with your family. And of course, by subscribing to the channel, you won't miss similar emotional stories. See you in the next story.